Hello, I'm Senator Mike Enzi. Thank you for all your comments that you send to my offices and post online. It's great to hear from folks in Wyoming and their thoughts on the important issues affecting their lives. Let's take a look at a few of the issues you've been asking me about. First, now that we have the new health care law that's going into effect, people are finding out that they can no longer keep the health insurance they like. Anne from Casper said that she was going to be fighting mad if she loses her plan. Sonny from Gillette said, "Thank you for standing up for freedom, calling a spade, in this case, a liar." Tom from Rock Springs said, "Senator, with all due respect, if you predicted the Obama problems in 2010, why didn't you do something to prevent them?" And Brian from Cowley said, "So what are you going to do about it?" Well, I actually did something clear back in 2010. I petitioned so that Congress could have to vote on a bill that would have made it possible for everybody to keep their health insurance if they liked it. That was voted down on party lines. It hurt America. It's going to hurt the people that voted it down. I've been working on making sensible changes since that time. I've worked to repeal Obamacare, to replace Obamacare. I have a 10-step plan that I've had on my website for years that would do more than what Obamacare does, and it would be paid for. And I also have worked at dismantling it. I have 17 bills that I'm on that would change parts of it. Some of the ones for small business, for example, 30-hour week is considered full-time. 40-hour week always has been considered full-time. We need to raise that back up there again. And a lot of businesses in Wyoming aren't expanding because they're reaching that 50-employee level. Well, the small business number for a number of employees is 500 employees. If we raised that, I think business would mushroom. And that's what we need, a better job, more economy. The EPA is taking its cold-killing rule on a listening tour, but they're missing stops in Wyoming, West Virginia, and Kentucky. Judy from Mills said the EPA needs to be dissolved. They do more harm than good. Rick from Gillette said the EPA needs to stop making policy and start doing what Congress mandates them to do. Chris from Cheyenne said, "How about we keep Wyoming coal in Wyoming and see how far their regulations go?" Jeff from Evanston said, "Senator, can you do something more than just write a letter to the EPA? They seem to ignore your letters." Karen from Sheridan said, "Obama said he would wage war on coal. He wants lights out." He promised that when he was running the first time, and there's no indication that he plans on doing anything differently. I'm not in the majority in the Senate, so there are some things that we're not able to do, but there are things I'm able to do. I've been petitioning again on every one of these regulations that come through, and in some cases getting enough signatures that we get an up or down vote after 8 hours of debate. Unfortunately, on the Democrat side, they have what I call the full discipline, which means nobody, even if their state would benefit from the change in the regulation, will step off and help us out. We need to be able to get to 51 votes to be able to do that. I'll keep working on it. Coal, of course, is our nation's our least expensive energy. And if coal is eliminated, energy prices will double or triple. They're doing the same thing with natural gas at the present time. In Cheyenne, they're going to build a new plant down there, and they looked at a gas turbine, and they bought the best technology in the whole world. That won't meet the EPA's new rules. I also want to change it so that every major rule has to have a positive vote from the Senate and the House in order to go into effect. It is the Senate and the House that say what rules need to be done, and we ought to have the approval of those rules before they ever go into effect. That's gaining momentum as well. So I want to thank you for watching and keeping me informed. Make sure to check my website, Facebook, and Twitter for more information about how I'm using your ideas to help in Washington.